So we're live. Hi. Hey, what's up? Oh my God. Hi, y'all. Welcome to the Madness Collective. I'm in a different location. It's going to be a struggle show. So just, work with us. Thanks. If you're tuning in for the first time, we recap the day's headlines. We recap the headlines. How about that? So tonight, let's see. Diddy got raided. Ronna got fired. A bridge buckled. Trump is selling Bibles. And Beyonce dropped the track list for Cowboy Carter. I just realized I had a typo in the email that went out. My bad. Hi, y'all. Welcome to the Madness Collective. My co-host is Antoine. Antoine, where you at?
Hi, niggas.
Oh, I'm so tired.
One of them weeks.
Y'all just don't know. I am all over the place tonight. Hi. Antoine was out of town, and then I left town. So yeah, it's fun times. Fun times.
Yay.
I was gonna ask you about the trip, but I don't think I should, so never mind.
Oh no, my trip went well.
Okay, that's good. That's good. A lot happened, obviously, while we were off.
Yeah, I got to see some of it. I got to see some of it from Phoenix, especially the friend I went to visit watches all the same content that we watch. So I got to see Chuck Todd in real time.
Oh, good. Okay, bet. Okay.
Reading for filth. I got to see it in real time. So yeah, we caught
for
that.
filth. Hey, what's up, Callum? Hey, y'all. So much has happened. Yeah, we here. We're gonna try and break it down to the best of our ability because. Okay, so let's jump in. So before we get to like the real, I always like to start out with something ratchet. So Porsha and her marriage that is dissolving. So headline was Porsha calls out Simon's erratic conduct after he claims she brought a gunman to their house. Gunman, sorry. So I broke it down to it. She said, prenup said type, like, kind of trying to figure it out. So the prenup said if they got a divorce, Simon was supposed to move out within 30 days, okay, of the court filing. So the filing happened February 22nd. And then so he was supposed to be out by March 22nd. Okay. So he said she's being erratic and he wants a restraining order. He also said she abandoned the house and then later showed up at the house with a man with a gun. He said she instructed third parties to harass him in an effort to force him out. I'm sorry, force him and others out of the Georgia home. He also alleged that Porsha invited the armed gunman into their home on 2 separate occasions. Now, she said Simon changed the garage codes and the door locks because he's vindictive and because he's retaliating for her initiating the divorce. She said also he has had multiple women in the house and she no longer felt safe remaining there with her child, which fair, okay? She said she came to the house with a security guard. So I assume that's the man with the gun, okay?
That's what I assumed. It was like, she brought this nigga with a gun, and I'm like, I think that's security. I'm assuming there had to be security. Porsha don't seem like she get down like that.
Okay, thank you. Right.
And not to be stereotypical, but nigga, you Nigerian with multiple identities. I ain't trying to try you unless I show up with somebody that I didn't bring there to try and hurt you. Somebody I brought to protect myself because we don't know what the fuck you capable of. But anyway, I'm sorry. Continue.
That part. So yeah, and she came back to the house to get a few things, right? So she was supposed to stay in the house, but you got other bitches in the house. And so she's like, I ain't trying to stay there with my daughter. So let me come back and get some shit because, this is a little bit of a mess right now. And because you acting erratic, I'm going to come through with security. But going back to though, so what he has also now said is that Porsha and her mother and her mother's partner made a forcible entry into the home on March 25th to disconnect security cameras and tamper with items and evidence. She said he has since fled to Dubai. I don't know if that part's accurate or not, but what did Rich the actress say? Now he got them TV extra saucy.
I had to remove the fucking lower third and sneak that one in there.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, now he got them teeth and now he extra saucy. What's up, Ernest? Oh my God.
I mean, this is literally, I mean, nigga, you swam in the water and got wet. What the fuck did you expect?
I mean,
we knew this wasn't gonna last, and they say you lose them how you get them. Well, this ain't how you got them, but you know. But in a way, I guess, yeah, because he out here frolicking with somebody new already. We know Simon will move on a bitch real quick. You know, he falls out of love as soon as a nice piece of ass shows up. So,
look, because he keep his ass on social media. Because then she DM him, and that's how they like allegedly connected initially.
Oh yeah. Both, it's too bad it didn't work out because they kind of deserve each other. But, but but also I guess considering Porsha's background, we can give her a little more grace because she's younger and she's been through, this could almost be a situation where you take her first marriage, her husband was very controlling and did not want to be on camera that much and didn't really support her in her endeavors to be whatever it was she was trying to be. Simon seemed to support all that, and he didn't seem to be over. He seemed to just be like, I got your back. So I don't know what happened. But we knew this shit wasn't going to last.
Yeah. Tony said, how can you force entry into your own shit? What's up, CJ? Okay, so that happened. Also, there's obviously been like several big headlines in the last couple of days since we've been off the air. Our bad. Okay. One of which was that Puffy, Sean Combs were raided. I think at the same time, right? Simultaneously, like at the same damn time. So LA and Miami. In Miami, full scale, by land, by sea, by air, they was descending on that nigga shit.
And somebody leaked that shit because the media helicopters was right there with the fucking feds. Like, everybody knew. And you know what I think is funny is...
Everybody knew. Oh. Yeah, no, you're right. Everybody was in the loop except for him.
But look, I feel like, when these police officers, when they beat the shit out of a nigga and we out here saying, Black Lives Matter, where's the footage and all this shit, we got to go to court. We got to fly to the moon, get some sand off fucking Mars. We got to do all kinds of shit to get footage. Nigga, I swear, I know what Puffy's bed looks like that he sleeps in. I know what this nigga's... And I will say this. I'm going to let you get to it. I just want to get this off my chest because I'm going to forget if I don't say nothing. Puffy is a billionaire. That shit, everything I saw looked like it was from IKEA. I'm like, this is what your house look like.
So no. So peep game, and yes, there's a couple more things I want to get out. But to that point, I was texting with somebody and I was like, what is it with like people who got a lot of money and I'm seeing it inside their home? It's dull. I was like, what's up with this gray?
It was all gray.
Is this makeshift? I was like, I don't understand. But I feel like when I've seen the inside of, think about like well, I don't know if it was all Kanye or Kim and Kanye, but like the muted colors that they got going on in their space. Like,
oh yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I understand it with Kanye.
A lot more depressing.
I get it with Kanye because he's eccentric. When I think of like Puffy's house or like Beyonce, like I don't know what Beyonce's house looks like, but it just all looked, for lack of a better term, honestly, it looked basic as fuck. Even if you take the color out, the lack of color, just the furniture, the headboards, everything. When they were in one room, he had the incense holder that you put your incense in. I'm looking. Hold on a second.
No, because this
nigga got the same incense holder that I have. I don't know if I'm
what though? Well, here's the thing, Antoine. It's not like he grew up with money, right? So he's a nigga who got some money. So there's still gonna be some like nigga items, I think, around him. Do you know what I'm saying? But
I guess
I was also like, did y'all just move in this spot? Like, did y'all just? But
it was a lot of shit in there. And I guess maybe in lieu of spending money on, feng shui, you You spend it on, trafficking bitches and niggas with big dicks and women with white fingernail polish, I guess. I'm sorry, continue. Back to you, Crescent.
Right. So one thing Ernest said, what do we think about Suge Knight? And what he said was the reason for the raid. I don't think I saw what Suge Knight said. So if you want to put that in chat, by all means.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about.
So, okay, good. All right. Hey, Tanika's in the chat. What's up? What's up? So Homeland Security and custom officials were surrounding Diddy's private jet because I guess they were about to leave for a spring break. Although it was always funny when talking about adults are leaving for spring break. But his teenage daughters were with him in Miami. The sons were at the home in LA and ended up in handcuffs. Oh, Lord. So Justin and Christian, who they keep calling King, I refuse to call that little boy. I'm sorry. He's not.
Yeah, that's his stage
He's a
name.
Grown man.
Yeah,
I'm not calling him that. Christian and Justin were also handcuffed and a couple other folks who were in the house. Sad. What's funny is there was only one dude who was arrested, and it was the white guy for drug charges. That's the only man, which is interesting, right?
It usually happens the other way around. Yeah, it normally happens the other way around.
I was like, this is interesting. And then that footage of him outside the airport pacing, I was like, oh, Lord, help me. And then the commentary, the dude who got the footage, which of course got the TMZ. It could have been a TMZ dude. It could have been somebody who saw the footage of TMZ. I don't know. But that guy was like, commentary. He said, guess you wonder what's going to happen next, Diddy. Sorry. Hey, S. Wilkes, who's that? Hi, I miss you too. I don't know who that is.
That's one of my cousins.
Family? Hi,
yeah.
Hi, family. Hi, family.
If you see Wilkes in the name, my grandmother's married after she got married. My grandfather's last name was Wilkes, so a lot of my cousins have that last name. That's the most common one. So
right. So a couple things.
I think that's my cousin Sean. Sean, is that you?
It says S. Wilkes. So hi, Sean.
Yeah, I think it's Sean.
Hopefully. So actually, first thought too was, again, I don't know why he's still stateside. Like, you should have been gone a long time ago, but whatever. Like, I don't know why are you not in Bali with Russell right now? So like drawers were ripped open, cupboards. Did you see the teddy bear that was just laying there?
Yeah.
There were safes unlocked, closets, basically anything that was closed was opened. And then hard drives were seized, of course, the wiring behind TV, circuit boxes. Oh, Jesus. I would say seeing that man's life like that exposed was gross. I mean, I don't feel sorry for him. You're a demon. But like, it just, seeing that, it was a little thrown off.
Well, the Suge Knight thing, and it was somebody else who said it. It was Suge and, Slim Thug, Suge, and I forget the other person. They all concluded that the same thing was happening. They don't believe Puffy is under investigation. They believe that Puffy may have information that will allow them to put a cherry on top of their case against someone else. And that actually makes sense to me because what the timing of this is weird. If Puffy did have something incriminating, Puffy's not an idiot and he has advisors. If there was something on his property, it would have been gone the second that Cassie lawsuit was filed. So it would make no sense that anything would be on any property that he owns. So they weren't I don't think they're gonna find anything.
Well, so a couple things. One, and yeah, Ernest was in there. He said Suge said they raided Puffy's house to destroy evidence about powerful people that Diddy might have, what you said. Tony said the feds don't come knocking and tell unless they already know everything that they need to know, right? Searches are right. T's are crossed, I's are dotted. And because I was also slightly thrown off because I was like, all right, the Cassie thing happened, that got settled. And then this new lawsuit popped off. And so I was like, what exactly is this from? But it says, I did read, it says, appears the feds got there some information that led to the raids from people who recently filed lawsuits from Diddy, though. So it sounds like maybe some of those lawsuits contain some additional information that they were like, okay. So it wasn't entirely clear to me, like, what exactly this was about.
Yeah, because they I guess just for me, without knowing how due process works, they wouldn't go find shit at this point. Even the last guy, if he, because remember what's his name, Lil something, or the last guy that the producer who said that Puffy showed him images of Stevie J.
The last lawsuit.
Yeah, what is it?
Rod.
I can't remember. Lil Rod. So he added more he revised his case, his accusations recently, like in the past couple days. He updated.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Yeah.
So
It's just weird, and also the fact that nobody has been arrested and nobody's been charged with anything. So yeah, I think it's in
right.
connection with something else.
Well, yeah. So I'm sorry. The article that I included did say the raids pertain to a federal investigation that Diddy's at the center of, which stems from allegations of sex trafficking, soliciting, and distributing illegal narcotics as well as firearms. That's interesting. Look, rich actors was like Lil Roy. That's hilarious. No, yeah, Lil Rod. And yes, Homeland Security was there too. There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
And also definitely not defending none of this because again, fuck him. But it was interesting. I'm just pointing out that this is how alleged criminals, suspected criminals tend to be treated, not with kid gloves like that damn orange asshole, right? Because he's steady out here yelling, "Oh my God, it's such unfair," and I'm like, no. What we saw, right, is usually what happens. Whereas you got, they hit you up like 3 or 4 times, like, yo, what's up, player? Can we get these documents back? Like, what's up? Like, okay, bad. So we're coming to your house on this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, whew, Jesus.
Yeah. And thank you, Tony. I don't be knowing the right terminology. I was like, he added something to the paperwork. Yeah, he amended his complaint over the weekend. Oh Lord.
So,
when Slim Thug made a statement, and he said while he was smoking a blunt in his car, I don't know what this thing is while you're in a car, but lighting the blunt, they got it blurred out and shit. He was like, yeah, they keep trying to take out the billionaires, the black billionaires. I don't wish nothing negative on anybody that's out here doing their thing. And he said, I was just at one of his parties, and I'm like, okay. And he said, that nigga thought everybody had his back. Like, he thought he just felt the love. Like, and he said, and then something happened, and everybody making fun of him. They making him the butt of jokes. They making up street terminology because you heard the instead of no homo now, no allegedly Diddy. You supposed to say no Diddy. No Diddy.
They're also calling him the diddler.
I guess
important what the streets are saying.
Yeah, I guess, and then 50 Cent is having a field day with it. He just
You knew that was coming. So, a couple more things. He has sold Revolt TV. Not clear. So remember, he stepped down as chair in November, and he showed his remaining shares to an anonymous buyer. It says the company will still remain Black-owned, but we don't yet know who has it, and also the financial terms are not disclosed. The new owner is laying low for now, but there should be a formal introduction like at a later date. And the deal was finalized this week, so clearly was already in the works.
Yeah, I mean, and that makes sense to me. It's just, again, the timing is weird. It's like, oh, that comes out right after. Well, I guess they're disclosing it. Basically, I'm sure Revolt decided to disclose it in lieu of all this shit that's happened. Girl, let me tell them now so they don't think we got anything to do with this nigga anymore. So I'm sure that's why they disclosed it when they did. Oh,
Facts.
Man.
Also,
it's still Black-owned, though. It's still Black-owned. The buyer is Black. No. We know at least that much.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. The buyer's still Black,
I'm
we
sorry,
just don't know who it is.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah.
I was reading comments.
It's all good. At different times, I'm gonna just interject. Yes, I'm in a new location. So if you hear additional sounds, sorry. I have a new hairstylist. I love the young lady who did it. Hey girl, you did your thing. I just wasn't ready to deal with this hairstyle, so it's heavy and my head hurts. So I don't know how long it's gonna stay in. Okay. And my forehead is big and I'm struggling. Just working on things. Okay. So hi Danielle. So yeah, that was the Diddy stuff. So obviously we'll keep y'all up to date on whatever the hell's popping there. But that shit was wild. Also wild was this bridge that collapsed in Baltimore. So the Francis Scott Key Bridge. I know this was so sad. A container ship, which is 948 feet long, hit a supporting structure of the bridge. And, I was actually out with my mom and this stuff started popping up on my timeline. I was like, wait, what? And because you see the power go out on the ship and then you see it hit and then you just see it crumble. Just, It was an accident thus far, like that. Everybody's pretty, on the same page about that. Not an act of terrorism, no matter what Fox News and these asshole lying GOP people try and say. Okay, just stay focused. The pilot of the ship, he tried to slow down. The ship was like minutes out when it lost power, including all its engines. He immediately tried to like make a turn, try and figure this out. Also, they were able to contact the office to get the bridge shut down. It was like 90 seconds to stop traffic. So it's bad. It could have been a lot worse. 8 people went into the water. They were able to retrieve 2 alive. And so sadly, late last night, it went from search and rescue to search and recover. So they did pull 2 more bodies out of the water today. It was the people who went into the water were construction workers, immigrants. They were working. They were part of a construction crew that was filling potholes on the bridge. So,
can I ask, one thing I couldn't get any information on. They kept saying, it was 8 people working. 2 of them were, they saved 2, and the other ones they did not expect. And you said they found 2 more today. When I saw
their bodies
today. So when I was looking at that bridge, it was still cars on that bridge when it collapsed. Are you saying that they claim they shut that bridge down before any cars were on it? Because at one point I saw a truck going by, and the truck, because I want somebody to interview the driver of this truck, because that truck went right off the bridge right as it was collapsing. So I wonder what the person in that truck saw.
Yeah, they should interview that guy. So I was about to say, so the 2 people were found today, who were recovered today, were in a red pickup truck. So
they were not
construction workers. No, they were the construction workers. They were in a truck on the bridge.
Oh, because let me because this is what's confusing me. When I saw the footage that I saw, they were like, you can see the hazard lights from where the workers are on the bridge. And I saw that, meaning they had a section, when construction is going on, they have like the cones. They'll have a truck or 2 with lights on it to let people know, hey, be careful or slow down around this area because people are working. So I saw that. But in addition to that, I saw vehicles going across the bridge. But I guess maybe what I saw was maybe those vehicles got off the bridge before it collapsed, because I'm sitting here wondering, where are the cars that went in the water? I guess they saying they were able to stop any of that before it actually collapsed. Yeah, that is terrifying. Two things scare me. Roaches and bridges. Chicago has bridges everywhere. And when I was a kid, I was just fascinated by the fact that sometimes we come to a bridge and that motherfucker would stick a sign up, and then the bridge would open up to let a boat through. And I remember I would ask adults, like, what happened if you on the bridge and a boat is coming through? And jokingly, they'd be like, I guess you did, nigga. Ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, I'm sitting there like, that's not funny. That sounds terrifying, to be on a bridge in a car, that thing goes over, and then you tumble into the lake or the ocean or the whatever. So yeah, that was triggering for me when I saw it on the news. I feel like they need to put a trigger warning up before you just go everywhere. They just show the bridge falling apart. Like, some of us are sensitive to this.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. 2 things, I think. When I first saw footage, my immediate thought was, oh my God, how many cars had people in them, family in them? Like, that was my first thought, is like, how many people went into that water? And so to hear that they were able to stop traffic, again, it was late, so it wasn't as much traffic, had it obviously been like in the middle of the day or something. So it was not great because lives have been lost, obviously, but the fact that there weren't more, sounds like, possible casualties because they were able to stop traffic as quickly as they did. And so it does sound like the vehicles that were still on the bridge were with the construction team.
Okay.
So, but we'll hear more.
Clearly clearly
and
that's
obviously they can't, there's nothing that can be hid, right? Like, at all. Like, there's footage everywhere. Like, they can't, trust me, if anything is there if they even tried to hide anything, it's gonna get discovered. So that doesn't even make sense. Thank you, Khadijah. I think I continue to say my hair is lovely. I'm still struggling, but thank you.
I see that
Yeah,
one.
I
And also,
saw
this
that.
is not my cousin Sean. It's my cousin Boogie. She lives in Atlanta. Hey,
Hey,
Boogie.
what's up?
And I did watch
Um,
the first. Strangely
so,
enough, the first version I saw of the footage was the sped up version, and I
okay.
was like, "How the fuck that bridge for gravity don't work that fast?" Then I realized it was sped up. So yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah. So, and Tony said, depending on what footage you watch, there's a bit of a jump skip in two spots. Um, and then Tanika asked, did we watch Leave the World Behind? I have not, and I will not, because it sounds doomsday-ish, and that's already, I feel like, what we live in, especially if Trump wins. So I can't. I have not, cannot. Is there a bridge in that? Have you watched it, Antoine?
Oh yeah, I saw. I don't watch that many movies, but I watched it when
I thought it
was
was
that
a
around
series. Is it a
Christmas?
movie? It's not a
It's
series?
a
Which one is
movie.
it? I know it's
It
the one
had
the
look.
Obamas did, right?
Yeah, they're executive
Yeah.
producers, I think. All I had to know was Mahershala's fine ass was in it, so I said I will
Fact.
watch. And Julia
Fact.
Roberts is playing a Karen in the movie, and she nails it.
I
She
heard
nails
about
it.
the cast and the plot, and I was like, I still can't do it to myself. So, was there a bridge situation in that one?
No, it was an apocalyptic type movie, but it really wasn't about that part. It was about what was happening to the people in the movie rather than it wasn't what you think. Like it didn't focus on that.
Okay.
It was like the apocalyptic part was like it was another actor in the movie. It was not the center of the movie. It was the backdrop of it. So
Oh,
it was
I
good.
see.
It was good.
Okay.
The ending was weird, but it was okay.
The thing I was gonna say about the bridges is, when I was younger, I definitely had an issue with bridges, especially like super super long ones. The ones in Chicago don't tend to be that long, like the bridge that collapsed the other night. But there's a bridge leading to upstate New York or somewhere in upstate New York. We were going to visit some family. Motherfucker lasted forever. I literally just got on the bottom of the car and was just like, y'all just let me know when we're over this bridge, because I don't want to. I can't
Girl,
just keep sitting in the backseat looking at it not ending. I was like, this is stressing me out.
have you seen the
Um,
one? Have you been on? Now, it's one that I'm on all the time. There are two gigantic fucking bridges in San Pedro. And
I've
they're,
been across it one time.
woo! I have a panic attack damn near every time I go over that bridge. And when
Yeah.
I went to Catalina Island, I think I was there last year, late last year, or maybe early this year. The the place that I had to go to take the boat over to Catalina, it was underneath
Yeah.
one of the two bridges. And my friend's mom is like, "Oh yeah, I remember. You see those? You see the fence that's up around it?" I say, "Yeah, what's that for?" She's like, "People were jumping off of it left and right there to put a fence
No,
up."
no, 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 no.
It was
No,
a
thank you.
regular occurrence.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. George Washington Bridge in New York still makes me a little bit nervous. Although I finally have mastered some of my stress about it from when I was younger. But I love everybody in the comments talking about the bridges that stressed them out. I hear you. I just want to go back to a couple things from the story. Is among the missing people, they were from Guatemala, Honduras, and Mexico, according to some diplomats from those countries. Two of the men who died in the collapse were soccer fans, family men, as I mentioned, immigrants. And again, all this conversation about migrants, immigrants, the whole border crisis, et cetera, et cetera. Immigrants help build our country, right? Like these men lost their lives helping repair one of our bridges, right? Like,
Yeah.
so again, this vilifying of immigrants it continues to be horrible, especially in light of something like this. And again, I get it. Like, sadly, that young woman who lost her life at the hands of someone who's undocumented, also tragic. But this broad brush talking about immigrants are all horrible people, like it's just ridiculous. Like, and I'm
Yeah.
over it. So
Yeah, it's terrible.
these men lost their lives working for our country, right, to make our country better. So y'all need to like chill out. Hey, Dion.
And real quick, yeah, I forgot. Ernest reminded me, and Leave the World Behind. One of the one of the big things that happens is this boat loses control, and everybody's out on a beach chilling, and this boat just steers. No, and it doesn't really do anything, and and everybody has to start running. It's a really well filmed scene, but it's scary as fuck.
So, yeah, we are going to move on from this topic, but about boats, I still have never been on a cruise, and initially it was because I didn't ever want to be on a big ass boat in the middle of the ocean. I don't know if it's middle passage shit running through my DNA. That was a part of it. I was like, I'm good on that. But also like something, and I know now cruises, especially the big ones, they're huge. Just like there was just all these elements of it. I was just like, I'm just not interested in being stuck out in the middle of the ocean, and I can't readily get to. I mean, look at the Titanic, okay? I'm just cool on that, okay? So there's elements of this that, yeah. But about this ship in particular, this ship was headed from Baltimore to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. Ooh, oh my God, I had it and then I didn't have it. Sri Lanka. And it is owned by Grace Ocean Private, whatever, and a Danish shipping giant that was chartered the vessel. But here's the thing: the ship was traveling under a Singapore flag. It passed foreign port state inspections in June and September of last year. About the bridge was last inspected in May of last year. It's the superstructure, like the steel part of the span, was rated 6 out of 9, or basically satisfactory. And then
that don't sit right with me.
It don't sit right. But what, like obviously they've had Pete on camera nonstop, which of course, and he said, look, no bridge is this ship is huge, weighs a ton, and it hit a support structure. So that was gonna happen. Really just a tragic accident.
Without me even, because somebody's gonna try and spin this and put it on Pete and the infrastructure issue.
They are. Not somebody's going to try to. Fox News and Republicans are already doing that.
No matter what, it doesn't matter how securely you built that bridge. If something that large hit a pillar that's supporting any bridge, the bridge is coming down. So it's not.
That's exactly what he said.
The bridge. It's not the bridge's fault. You don't anticipate something like this happening. So, and I don't know that it has ever happened in American history. I don't know. Who knows? But
I mean, I don't know about this exact situation, but I did see from 1960 to 2015 there have been 35 major bridge collapses worldwide. Oh well, due to ship or barge collisions. Oh, there you go.
So at what? How many?
35 between 1960 and 2015.
Oh shit!
Bridge collapses due to ship or barge collisions.
Well, damn. Now it's making me think we do need to make some changes. Shit, 35. I didn't expect that number. Damn.
I mean, that is a wide range of time, though. I mean, yeah, I agree. We need to deal with this. And this is according to World Association for Waterborne Transport Infrastructure. Like, this is what they do. This is what they study.
Yeah.
This is what they exist to deal with. Tony said like 4% of the bridges in the US are in poor shape. But that's also, again, this whole infrastructure shit, right? Like that's all this funding that got approved for the infrastructure bill. And they have been slowly repairing all the bridges, highways. Like there's a lot of work that's been going on. And as Ernest is pointing out, Republicans vote against infrastructure funding and projects, and then they get to fucking blame Democrats for shit. Or they take credit for it out there, like posing next to some shit that's getting fixed. They're like, see what we did. I'm like, you voted against that. What you doing?
And I think too, unfortunately, it's nice that Pete is such a strong voice for infrastructure, because before him, I don't feel like it was really emphasized enough, and Americans don't see the value in preventative work. It's almost like I don't know. It's like when your roof stops working and when your roof start caving in and you got to spend $15,000 and it's just money that you like, damn, it just feel like that money. It feel like you fixing some shit that you shouldn't have to pay to get fixed. Spending money on preventative measures is never pretty. But, these types of things are showing us that
But this is a part of what government's supposed to take care of, right?
Yeah.
And like this is the whole thing about like taxes and paying your fucking due in taxes, billionaires, multimillionaires, y'all need to be kicking in more money, right? Like this is exactly what the fuck money is supposed to be spent on. Preventative measures, right? But also, hey, healthcare. So all us don't keep getting sick, can stay well, okay, and be contributing to the goddamn workforce. There's a bunch of elements of like, hello, this is why we need a functioning government.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
They need to talk to Compton too. Every time I'm in Compton, I don't know how kids ride bicycles in Compton. It's potholes fucking everywhere in Compton.
Not in Compton, but South Bend got a few. Anyway, so the bridge carries 30,000 vehicles a day, so it's about to be a hot ass mess with it being down. And Pete noted that the original bridge took 5 years to complete. I think it went up in 1970. Obviously, he's saying it's too soon to say how long it's going to take. Remember what highway was it that was that in Pennsylvania? Was that in Philly? One of the major highways like caught on fire and went down. It's been so many like crazy ass like traffic related like stories.
Yeah, it was a big bridge.
There was running quickly. Yeah,
a bridge collapsed it was like a year and a half or so ago. It was a major. It was because people died on that one too.
An overpass situation, right? It wasn't a bridge in the same way this bridge is, but like overpass type bridge or something, right?
Yeah.
We should know. Sorry, it's a lot. Hello, producers.
Desensitized already.
Yeah, it's sad. Excuse me. So a couple things more and then we're gonna move on. But the mayor of Baltimore is a black man, the governor of Maryland is a black man. And so you had them front and center saying the things that need to be said, taking charge, being leaders. But of course, and I think Callum said it, yeah, right, thank you. MAGA was disparaging the mayor, saying he was a DEI hire. I have a couple things about that. One, they kept talking about the fact that he had on like a Letterman's jacket, which said City of Baltimore on the emblem, okay? So it's 3 a.m. Yeah, he was supposed to be suited and booted. Like, stop it, all right?
It was a little off-putting, though, because that nigga looked like he's 11.5 years old. I forgot we had
he's young.
Yeah, it threw me off because I remember we talked about him on the show when he won, and it was such a celebratory.
Beautiful ass afro.
Yeah, when they talked to him, I'm like, who the fuck are they talking to? I said, oh, it's that young nigga. He's still mayor.
Yes, he is. But showed up, was saying the things that need to be said, taking charge. And then they show, because again, Twitter, how Twitter get down. But like Callum said, like cats are calling him first of all, you can't call him a DEI hire. He was elected, you assholes. One. Two, they were showing images from when your boy had on them white boots and that fucking vest that he had on. DeSantis.
Right? I still call him Nancy Sinatra. Nancy Sinatra in them boots.
Okay. The other dude, Chris Christie, when they had their like whatever Jersey happened there when he was governor, they showed all these, like somebody black responded. It was like, okay, all these images of like when there's a tragedy and you just throw on your gear and you get out and you handle it. It's always frustrating, but at the same time, racist people gonna racist. It is what it is. About that DEI stuff on Friday, hopefully Antoine will be able to send you like a couple screenshots because you know how we do. You know how we took the N-word and made it our own. Mm-hmm. We did DEIs. So there's a whole new DEIs was trending the other day. Because Cass was like, what's up, my DEI? What's going on? DEI, DEI, that. You know how we do. So we have taken it over. We got jokes. God. Fuck y'all racist shit. It is awesomeness. Yeah. Wait, Ernest said Obama asked for $1 trillion for infrastructure as a stimulus package in 2009 after the financial collapse. Okay. Yeah. So... Callum said not to make light of these things, but Westmore is real easy on the eyes. He is, and the mayor is. I mean, you're right. We're not making light of it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they both cute.
Yeah. But again,
I was ovulating.
Oh, okay. Oh my God. All right. So sending, just thinking about the families that have lost their loved ones, and that's really sad. So hopefully they'll recover their bodies soon. They said there's a lot of debris obviously in the water because of the bridge collapsing. So
I don't even know because before they can start building, they have to clean up the debris. I feel like that's gonna take years to clean up. The whole fucking bridge is in the water.
I will say this. Pete said it took 5 years for the bridge to be built, and that was in 1970. We do have a lot of different type of equipment and technology now, so that's true. Obviously, it ain't gonna be back up by the end of this year, but hopefully there'll be something that gets figured out. Yeah, Karen, they moved on from critical race theory. Remember, then they moved on to woke, and now DEI is the new N word. So
yeah, I hope. Hey, Sarah. I hope the city, I hope the city does something special for the people that died. I don't want that to just be brushed under the rug because they are human beings and they were doing something for America and they died in the line of it, kind of in the line of duty if you want to look at it that way. So yeah.
So that's the other thing too about who's in charge right now, right? Like it's the Biden administration. There are a lot of competent people in his administration, starting with Pete Buttigieg. Okay, so there's all this talk, and Wes Moore, hey Wes, was like, look, we notified the White House. They were like, whatever y'all need from us, we got y'all, right? From the federal government perspective, Pete was on the scene immediately. I mean, it is, he was close by, but this is what, again, you need a functioning government to handle situations like that.
Yeah.
Under Orange Hitler's watch, COVID happened and 1 million people died. So I'm just saying, okay.
Just drink some bleach.
That's it. That's all. I wanted to so Tony, because we were trying to figure out like where different things went wrong with cities. Atlanta lost a section of the interstate a few years ago due to a fire at an underpass. That was one spot, but something happened in Pennsylvania. I just can't remember exactly where. Yeah. So, okay. Right. Moving on. Oh, hey, Ron. I don't know who Ron is, but hey, what's up?
What's up? Welcome, Ron. We need all the help we can get. Thank you for watching.
Yes. Okay. Moving on to another story. A lot happened while we was not here. Sorry. How to lose a job in 5 days. So Ronna McDaniel, who dropped her name because Trump wanted her to when she was head of the RNC. First woman to have that position. Go figure. So just as a reminder to who and how she gets down. Okay. Yeah. So as head of the RNC, she was involved in a phone call in 2020 to pressure Michigan's county officials not to certify the vote from the Detroit area. Okay. Where Joe Biden had a commanding lead. McDaniel told the officials, do not sign it. We will get you attorneys. Okay. In the years since then, she has continued to claim that the election had problems and that Biden did not legitimately win the election. Okay. RNC has talked big shit about MSNBC commentators, journalists, NBC News. Well, on Friday, it was announced that she was about to become a $300,000 making $300,000 a year commentator on NBC News and thus by association MSNBC. I think it was by the end of the day Friday or definitely by Saturday. By the weekend, the announcement came. MSNBC was like, she ain't gonna show up on none of our shows. That was the first thing that got said. Okay. Then Sunday, Meet the Press, right, which is now headed up by Kristen Walker, who already had an interview with this half a schedule, right? That had already been set up and planned.
It had nothing to do. Yeah, so, it was just a coincidence.
Right. So she has the interview. I didn't watch it because I don't really like Meet the Press right now, but I definitely don't like that lady. I heard about it. Apparently she pushed back, asked her exactly about some of the things I just mentioned. People are giving Kristen a lot of credit for like how she handled the interview. Right after it was over though, Chuck Todd was on with a panel. He was like, yeah, fuck all that noise. He was the first one who was like, nah, see, this is not okay. Ooh. He was like,
for the filth,
right? And he told Kristen, our bosses owe you an apology for putting you in that situation in the first motherfucking place. Second, she shouldn't be here. This is crazy, right?
Chuck was so mad. He was so fucking angry. And when they went to, I just happened to catch it because my friend watches it. So when it went to the black woman,
go ahead.
Yeah, when it went to the black woman that was on the panel, I said maybe she gonna be a little different, and she was just as strong about it as Chuck. And then they went to the other white dude, and he was kind of soft, but in the end, he was like, "But when all is said and done, I agree with my other two panelists. Like this is motherfucking bullshit." And then at one point, Kristen said at the end, the thing that cracked me up at the end was when Kristen said, somebody told me last night, these are difficult times. We'll see you guys next week. I beg of y'all, look and see what she said at the end. That shit was crazy. But during the interview, it was so much the rewriting of history and the backpedaling and pussy popping during the actual interview, because the thing was, Kristen did hold her feet to the fire, but
that's what I heard.
She kept coming back every time I'm just gonna call her she. I feel like it's Beetlejuice or something. If I invoke her name too many goddamn times, she gonna show up. But she kept trying.
We ain't got no money to pay her.
Yeah, we ain't got nothing. Don't come over here. But what kept happening repeatedly was Kristen would say, "But we have footage of you saying that, and the woman's what she kept trying to say." Here's what she basically, the gist of it was, she kept trying to change the narrative by saying that she and Trump contacted those voters because they had been threatened. She basically tried to say, no, they wanted to vote one way and then they were threatened, so they changed their vote. And we were just contacting them to let them know, hey, no, vote how you originally wanted to, and we will hire lawyers for you. And I'm like,
bullshit.
I was like, girl, that don't even sound right to you. That don't even sound right to you. That clearly sounds, and then when you pair that phone conversation with Trump's conversation with was it Kemp? Who was he on the phone? I don't remember who he's on the phone with, but him asking for 11,280 fucking votes. It's
Georgia.
Georgia. Yeah, y'all went Kemp, the one who Killer Mike is sucking his dick. I'm that's who he is every time I'm gonna mention one of them motherfuckers. But yeah, so it's like y'all went on a tour to try and alter election results. And what you did was turned around and did a 180 and accused everybody else of doing it. How is this allowed? Y'all the only people with a smoking gun that proves you tried to tamper with an election. Nobody else. Rudy Giuliani out here, I think, Rudy owe somebody $18 billion because they found his ass guilty of being a part of, in cahoots with all this shit. The machine owners are like, shit, y'all finna pay us. Y'all finna pay us.
Also, it was like 60 judges that said, no, there's nothing here. Judges that were appointed by Trump. They were like, sorry, bub, you lost. Fair and square. You did. Yeah. So that's the other thing, too. Chuck Todd was like, again, paraphrasing, this bitch ain't got no credibility. He was like, I don't know if she said what she said today because she was concerned about her check because that's what she really believes. Right? Like, he was just like, she has no credibility.
No.
We are journalists. And I agree with Karen. It's like, the fact that I'm now having to agree with Chuck Todd, I was like, okay, come through, Chuck. I didn't love you when you was on Meet the Press. You said things that made me a little aggravated, but you stepped up on Sunday. You was just like, no, thank you. So yeah. And then Ernest said Chuck Todd did a Hannibal Buress on that lady. That's what I was laughing about when you were talking. I was like, I can't look at the comments right now.
He went so fucking hard in the paint on her. Like the look on his face. It was just, he was so fucking appalled by it. But Kristen
and then I'm going to continue with what else happened. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just saying, again, because I was telling my friend that I was watching it with, I said, this Kristen girl is interesting because I don't really watch MSNBC or CNN. And I want y'all to think I watch Fox News. I don't watch a lot of these networks. But it was, I was telling them, I said, this girl is all business. She don't smile. She don't laugh. She just sit there and she go get what she need out of the person she's interviewing, I guess. It was a little weird, but.
It's been interesting. First of all, Kristen and I were in school at the same time. She's a year behind me. So
oh, wow.
Out there. Yeah, I didn't know her, although I'm close with friends who were close friends with her. So, but yeah, I didn't know her. So since she's taken over Meet the Press, commentary online, I'll say that social media commentary has not been favorable.
Oh, really?
I would say that. Yeah, correct. In fact, her very first interview, I am now drawing a blank on who it was with, but everybody was pissed off about that. I wish if somebody can remind me, I'll try and look it up really fast. But yeah, people have been, and it's funny because cats are like, I can't believe I miss Chuck Todd, and nobody liked Chuck Todd. Okay.
Well, let me ask you this. What is their biggest complaint? Because for me, I could not form any sort of an emotional connection with her. She was kind of cold. That's my criticism. But
that's just from this one, not it. That's not the issue.
Okay, because from this one interview, she was thorough. I didn't need it. She was thorough. You know, short of cussing that bitch out, I mean, she held her to task for lying. She wouldn't let her up. She wouldn't let her off the hook for it. So.
So this might have been the strongest presentation from her since she's been MTP, and I'll have to look up certain examples, but I kind of just very deliberately am just like tuned out because yes. So thank you, Callum. So she was a moderator for the Cheeto versus Biden presidential debate. She was excellent. Actually, I was a fan up until she started on Meet the Press. Like, I liked her a lot. But since she's been on there, it's been less than ideal. Let me say that. I know she had Hakeem Jeffries on one time, and yeah, and it was
Was she mean to Hakeem? It seemed you.
Yeah. I'm getting there. So
okay.
There's an element of meanness, but more so like she was attacking him. And I'm not saying you need to treat Hakeem with kid gloves. He's a grown ass man.
Right.
But it was sort of the way she was coming at him when I'm like, you see who causing all the problems in Congress right now, right? It ain't him. It's some goddamn Republicans, right? Okay. He's literally just trying to do his job. And so it was her line of questioning that it was like, girl, what? And again, not saying you got to be all buddy because that's just the black man. He's a speaker, not speaker of the house, but he should be. But it was just her approach to it. But that's not the only person. It's been kind of countless interviews where cats have been like, wait, girl, what? Well, how is this going now? So
got you.
I'll just say this. People are not a fan, although this seems like went really well. Yeah, and as Ernest said, people have been saying Meet the Press has been trash ever since Tim Russert died. So there's that.
Yeah, and I get Kristen said it's because we're used to editorialized content. I think that is true, and it's a prejudice of mine because I forget who I just put, but Bilal said NPR for Antoine. I am an NPR girl. I'm an NPR girl. I have a connection with everybody on NPR, so when I try and watch anybody else, I don't connect in the same way. So. Thanks for watching, Boogie.
I want to pick back up with this, how all this played out since Friday, but just staying focused for 2 more seconds on Kristen Walker. It's not just that her delivery of it, which is stiff, because whatever, cold, however you want to describe it. There's the way she kind of goes about doing it. It's not a style that's working for her. Let me say that. Okay, so maybe that is the reason why it comes across that way, but it doesn't work for her. She's, in my opinion, not pulling that off well. But
what's her full name, girl? I've been calling her Kristen. What's her full name? Is it Crystal?
Oh, her middle name?
No,
Kristen. KRSK.
Oh, okay. I thought I was calling her something. Okay, yeah.
No, and it's pronounced Walker, but it's spelled Welker, which is a little weird. Welker.
That's what was throwing me off. I'm like, I thought it was Welker, but I don't know this lady. I just... Ooh.
Yeah, it's a little... Anyway, moving on. So Chuck Todd on Sunday said, hell to the no. And then Monday Morning Joe and Mika were like, yep, no, we're not feeling this shit either. And again, it's not about presenting a Republican voice. You got Republicans on there. Nicole Wallace is Republican. Charlie Sykes is always on there. He's a Republican. Muppet Man, what's his name? The dude who used to be the head of RNC.
Morning Joe was like, and that bitch will never be on this motherfucking show. They basically said that.
No, but he said that. So right. So then you have some Morning Joe was like, absolutely not. Nicole was like, absolutely not. Joy Reid, absolutely not. Rachel Maddow spent a whole motherfucking half an hour of her 60-minute show. She spent the first 30 minutes talking about why this was a travesty and how this shit needed to be wrapped the fuck up. So that was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Guess who no longer has a job at NBC News? Miss Ronna. So she stepped, look, and I love how the article's like, she stepped down from her RNC role 2 weeks ago. No, Trump got your ass fired 2 weeks ago from your damn RNC role. And so the guy at NBC News who made this call, he said, I'm just going to read this quote. No organization, particularly a newsroom, can succeed unless it is cohesive and aligned. Mm-mm. Over the last few days, it has become clear that this appointment undermines that goal. No shit. I want to personally apologize to our team members who felt we let them down. While this was a collective recommendation by some members of our leadership team, I approved it and take full responsibility for it. I really do want to know what the fuck was going through y'all heads as this conversation was taking place about the decision and bringing this heifer on, because as Nicole and Rachel, I'm sorry, Chris, I can't remember that man's name. He looks like a Muppet. Y'all know he do. Michael Steele. Is that it? Michael Steele?
The RNC chair, the former RNC chairman.
So
is that who you saw? Were you talking about Michael Steele?
Yes, I am.
The one who's we accept he's back at the barbecue, basically. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. Go ahead.
I wish he would just shave his head on the sides. I don't know what the issue is.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Yes, Michael Steele. So, and also Callum had a comment about her not even lasting a full Scaramucci. No, she didn't, because he was employed from July 21st to July 31st. So that was 10 days. She got half. She got half of a Scaramucci.
Well, she's hired counsel, I believe. But I don't know.
She has. So, so I'm going to finish. Okay, so yeah, she's supposed to get $300,000 a year. CAA set up the deal. They've also parted ways with her, okay? And right. And Tuesday, she spent Tuesday interviewing attorneys. So look, y'all made this call foolishly, NBC News. So y'all gonna have to cut her a check. Everybody gonna go their fucking heart, go their separate ways. Because as Nicole, Rachel, and Joy, people with some sense pointed out, this woman was actively trying to prevent the peaceful transfer of power. This woman was actively trying to not allow real elections to take place. She's undermining our democracy. How y'all gonna put her on the news, like on real news? This ain't fucking Fox News.
Because that means at this point, it's almost like we all know somebody that's engaged in criminal activity and got away with it. It's like, just because she wasn't convicted of something doesn't mean that she didn't engage in criminal activity. So you hired a criminal. And that's what everybody's like. We ain't criminals over here. We just doing our jobs. And the criminal used to read us for filth in the middle of committing said criminal activity. And y'all hired her. Y'all think we finna you think we finna rub shoulders with this bitch? Absolutely not.
And that's the other thing too, the fact that she was never going to show up on any MSNBC show ever anyway. That got said, like I said, right after Friday, they were like, oh, no. But then, and Rachel said, look, this heifer don't talk big shit about us. Threaten us with treason, talk big shit about us, talking about like having people executed, or at least in terms of contributing to that dialogue. And she's supposed to be over. No, absolutely not. And then like, oh, more so, you think you're going to walk up in our house without a fight? Nah, girl, no. So the other thing too is, consequences. To your point, Antoine, she hasn't been charged with anything, but she doesn't need to be. Yeah, there should be consequences to your behavior. That's the other thing too. Doing the right thing, still important. Still very important. And people with principle, especially in this era, need to step up, right? And so this is not we should hear both sides. She doesn't have a side anymore. No. She may have been like a not crazy Republican at one point, but once you decide to go Trumper, once you decide to go full MAGA, all bets are off, right?
Well, the funny thing she kept trying to do, this was the worst. Kristen started asking her about whether or not she agreed with what happened on January 6th. And and if Biden actually won, and she's like, of course, I don't agree with any violence and blah, blah. And it just making up shit, like completely trying to change her stance, knowing that she was part of the problem. And that's what kicked it all off. I'm like, you really go sit there and act like you were okay. You were not okay with everything that was happening. That just doesn't make it. Yeah, she was just lying.
Gaslighting.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing too. It's again what I was about to say. Continue with is Trump should not be running for office. He should not be allowed to run for office. The RNC should have shut that shit down. McConnell, there are different people who should have had principles, who should have had integrity along the way to shut this shit down, and they haven't. And so, thank God for the talent at MSNBC, because they were like, absolutely the fuck not. Whatever the leadership would decided, no. We're on air. We're the ones talking about this. We are the ones trying to do all that we can to save our democracy. This is not a normal election. You got one person who's in office right now, doing a damn good job, I might say, who was like, yo, look, I know I'm old. Okay, my ideas ain't old. Let me back in so I can continue the job that I've started, right? as opposed to a criminal, a motherfucking criminal who's talking about being a dictator. Fuck that day one shit. Okay. So, and it's because I know we talk about Trump a lot. Trust me, I know this. And honestly, don't even need to talk about him as much anymore, except this motherfucker selling Bibles now. But like, he's a horrible human being. There's no two sides to this. He never belonged in the White House, and he should not be let back in. The fact that this is even a conversation, a debate, is stressful. Y'all are wild. Sorry, Chavez. Did you see Chavez's comment? He late. He said, "What's up, y'all?"
Oh, I did. I posted it. Yeah, I posted them.
I'm the definition of half man, half doc. What? Half drugs, bad boy for life. I'm so mad at you. Moving on. So yeah, Rona's done. I'm sorry. Kristen did say, CJ said she needs a code name, which is what I guess you were also getting at, Antoine. Because she ain't gonna appear here, so it is what it is. Girl, she'll be fine. Sorry, I was trying to catch up with the chat. Yeah, sorry, I just had a moment. Also, that actually was, Bilal said she needs to hang out with Jenny Thomas. There you go. That wasn't Coco, actually, by the way. That was Ori, because I'm at my brother and sister-in-law's house, and it's the whole situation going on.
I was like, yeah, that dog was white, right?
White and black.
White and black, yeah. It was just funny because I was waiting for somebody to comment on the dog.
Yeah.
Oh my God, adorable.
Yes,
adorable.
He become my little shadow. That's why he's in here with me right now. Okay, do you want to be let out? No, I don't want kisses. Thank you. Goodbye. All right, sorry. Moving on. Because I did tell Antoine we were supposed to be keeping this to an hour. What did Jason say? No, it's Ernest. He's giving away national security secrets to Russia. Yeah, no, again, this is all like, there's so many problems. So he should be behind bars. Whew, Jesus. Yes, Jason, this is not the time to invite an election denial mole into the conversation. Not at all. Moving on to also some shit that's because of his fault. Handmaid's Tale. Mifepristone is back on the conversation. Supreme Court heard oral arguments yesterday. Look, I was flying all day on Tuesday. I'm tired. As I said at the beginning earlier in the show, my hair is different and I'm not used to it. Oh, Antoine, I tell you, I bought a new light thing that I can travel with. So it's like that way. And so I keep looking at it, but I should be looking at the camera or looking at you. So
oh, it's fine.
Bunch of shit going on.
Girl, I look like I got I be looking like I have a lazy eye. I'm looking at something different every week. So because my camera setup is real, mine is really weird. So I'm never look like if I look directly in the camera, I can't see what's on the screen. So I have to look off.
Also, I don't have my notes set up the way I usually do. Anyway.
Yeah, and I'm still
some Supreme Court.
And I'm still slightly jet lagged because Phoenix is an hour off from here. I didn't know that.
Negro, I don't know what time zone I'm in, okay? Indiana has one, California's another, and I'm in New Mexico, y'all. So
yeah, so we're both a little off tonight for anyone viewing.
Tony did say, he was like, Tony's like, I told you yesterday this wasn't going to be an hour show, accept it. Anyway. All right, so okay, let's see, because I didn't get a chance to like fully go through everything that I wanted to in a way that I normally would. And wait, I lost my earpiece. Oh, there you go. I don't care. We gotta wrap up because I'm so tired. Anyway, so a big issue is excuse me, there's a bunch of issues with this bullshit. And they need to leave this abortion shit alone. But this is the first time it's been back in conversation at the Supreme Court since they overturned Roe v. Wade. And you know what? I saw a couple things. One, it was like, we need to stop calling them conservative judges and just call them religious fanatics because that's what they are.
Yeah.
Which is fair. Okay, so the big issue that was discussed was standing, which means basically were the doctors who brought the case, were they able to do that? Did they have standing to do it? Were they harmed? And no, they weren't because they're the fucking doctors. And Elie Mystal, who I love, he was like, and this came up during arguments, y'all couldn't find one woman who was harmed by this drug. No, you can't, because none of it have been, right? So how do y'all get to bring this issue forward? That was a big thing. Also Ketanji was like giving Alito the blues. He said something and she like came back quick with, because it was also, again, this whole like technical conversation, right, about medicine and who gets to have it, and like, how do you get the information you need, and who is that coming from? So I'm gonna just end it here. Decision expected by July. It honestly looks like they're not going to take the drug off the market. So It was looking pretty encouraging, surprisingly.
It's uncomfortable to hear people who clearly don't have a medical background discuss reproductive rights. They're questioning just all of it. When it comes to me, that's why we have the administration. We have doctors who this idea, because remember, Clarence Thomas, his argument was, and is it the FDA? Is it the FDA?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
yes, it is. Yes.
His argument was, well, do they get to do whatever they want to do without being challenged? And I'm like, yeah, until you take let me stop being so. I try not to use Uncle Tom term. I don't like using that. Until you take your ass
you
to
can call him corrupt. He's corrupt. You can call him that.
But the thing about it is, at some point, you do have to put your trust in the FDA because you don't have a medical background. You don't have the tools by which to determine whether something is not safe or safe for a woman's body. And I hated how when all of this stuff came out, remember, just like Ronna was trying to do, reframe the narrative, they tried to pretend that women were falling out dead all around the country from being mailed these tablets. And it's just not true. It's not true. It's the safest form of abortion on the market. So, yeah, it's just crazy that they get to ask these questions. They don't understand how it works.
No, they don't. Your comment, though, about the FDA is, the FDA has been in existence for how long and have not had any real issue. And one of the lawyers brought this up. If there's an issue, you have tort law. You have any number of ways to address a problem with the goddamn drug that does not involve some random group of religious fanatic doctors bringing some bullshit forward. And it's just, one of the arguments was also like, just because you don't like it doesn't mean it actually needs to stop, which is interesting because I'm like, somebody's arguing, I'm like, so this doesn't apply to abortion?
Yeah.
Right. Like some of the arguments that were used. And like I said, I wish I had time to really distill some of these arguments because they were outstanding. As the Solicitor General, the woman who was arguing on behalf of the Biden administration, was fucking phenomenal. She was absolutely just amazing. So, but yeah, I'm just noticing in the comments, Karen said, I think the Republican strategy on abortion is going to backfire spectacularly, 1000%, because there was an election in Alabama. Here it is. A Democrat just flipped a Republican seat in Alabama by running on protecting IVF. Right. And so it was it was a special election for House District 10. And she killed him. The Democrat won overwhelmingly, mad points. It's just, they were like, nah, we showing up and showing out because y'all don't know how to act. But that's been the case, right? So yeah, exactly, Count. Thank you. So Jason said you can call him Uncle Thomas or Sambo, Clarence Thomas, if that works for you.
Can't do that.
Okay, well.
I just don't like calling other black folks these names because he
ain't one of us. He ain't one of us.
No, but it's like just sometimes because sometimes I feel like we use them in the moment when somebody is acting out, even though it doesn't describe who they are in general. Like almost like you take Puffy.
Yes.
I just generally try not to call. I just try and avoid those terms, but sometimes they do work.
Okay, I think I found the back and forth, the exchange that I was looking for between Alito and Ketanji. So basically, she brought Alito's scientific knowledge of abortion drugs into question, right, on Tuesday. So he said, during the questioning of Solicitor General, the statement was made that no court has ever previously second-guessed the FDA's judgment, right, about access to a drug, right? And so Alito goes, do you think the FDA is infallible? And so one of the lawyers tried to say, we don't think that question is really teed up in any way in this case. So then Katanji goes, so if you were asked if the agency is infallible, and I guess I'm wondering about the flip side, which is, do you think courts have specialized scientific knowledge with respect to pharmaceuticals? And as a company that has pharmaceuticals, do you have concerns about the judges parsing medical and scientific studies?
I actually read
like,
that and did not.
Okay.
It took you reading it with the inflection for me to understand what the back and forth was, because I was just reading it like, I don't know what's happening here. Now I get it.
Right. And somebody else summed it up an even better way, though. But yeah, like she was like, I'm sorry. So the judges are supposed to be like parsing that out? Is that what you're saying? Samuel? Oh my goodness. Wait, what did Rich the actor say?
She said, I had a miscarriage and the baby looked like a potato lump. Anti-abortion is propaganda.
Jesus Lord. Hey, keep it at 100.
Yeah.
Kristen said, CJ said, Jason Burner is wild tonight. Jason Burner always be wild. Oh my God. Chavez said, can we call him Clarence Ruckus? I can work with that.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Whatever.
I feel like at this point, his antics are so iconic. This is how I'll put it. Maybe this will make sense.
Okay.
He is so iconic that you just have to call this nigga by his real name. So meaning in the future, people will use terms like Uncle Tom and Clarence Thomas synonymously. That I guess that's what I mean when you know you get what I'm saying. His name alone is
Yeah. So okay. Yeah. No, you're right. I can see that. Yeah. You know what? I might just come back on Friday with a couple like just some zingers because there was some great back and forth in there. It is impossible to keep up, Callum. Like I was just fucking nutty right now. What else? So I didn't even open this article, even though I put it on here. And you know what? Maybe we'll spend a little bit more time on it on Friday. Maybe not. I don't know. So KateGate, obviously, because the last 6 shows we was leading with KateGate, and so while we were away, it turned out that she had cancer, which is really unfortunate.
Yeah, we ain't been back since that happened.
No, we haven't. Yes. And so
that's why we needed to be back. We needed to be fresh. We needed to be fresh off the presses with that one. Shit.
Well, I deliberately put it a little bit lower just because of everything else that has transpired since our last show.
Yeah.
But and again, maybe we'll spend a little bit more time on this on Friday because I don't have a lot to say right now, except for the fact that it's been interesting that since the news finally officially dropped, and now there's this blame game out of the UK talking all this shit about like, oh, you guys had all these conspiracy theories going, and the American press is this. They were coming for Stephen Colbert, la 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 la, and it's like, no. The palace's their communications department fucked up, and people are like, oh, her privacy. I'm sorry. They live a very public life. They live a very public life. We knew that Charles had cancer. They came through with that information pretty goddamn quickly. Okay. Right. And y'all could have shut this shit down a long time ago. But no, y'all want to throw doctored photos in our faces and then blame her for it. Like this was madness. This was on y'all.
And what doesn't make sense is that I believe that had she been forthcoming, the sympathy, empathy, she would have been, I mean, because, you know, some people are like neither here nor there with her, but particularly knowing that Charles had it, then it happens to her, and you know she got 3 kids. If you had something negative to say, everybody would have read you for filth. So they just should have been honest instead of stringing us along. I mean, and the thing about it is, not to diminish the fact that cancer is serious, based on how she's explained it, it sounds like she's got a good prognosis, and it just to me would have been a way to connect with a lot of people who are also dealing with that. Not even just people who have cancer. Most of us have a family member that's had some form of cancer at some point. So everybody can pretty much relate to that. So yeah, just be honest.
Again, period. And that's what I'm saying. This whole like wagging the finger at us, and the mistress. I'm sorry, she's not a mistress. Apparently, not a mistress. My bad. She talking about like suing. I think Stephen Colbert or like trying to launch a lawsuit, and cats are like, "I'm sorry, welcome to America, where we have freedom of speech. Good luck with that." Okay.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
But again, like exactly what you said, Antoine, who would not feel for her going through cancer? And like I said, some people are just indifferent, whatever, but it's not like nobody would have been like talking shit about her, right? Like y'all set this up. Like it just doesn't make sense to handle it the way y'all did.
I really, and this is just me keeping it real. People can feel how they want to about it. This thing where people try and use children to justify when they fuck up. I don't want to use the term disgusting, but, you know, as we navigate and we had to protect our children and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, I don't buy that. Your children were going to find out that you have cancer. They were going to find out the world knows that you have it. Their grandfather has it. So, like, this idea, it's like mommy has the same thing the granddad has. We have the best doctors. Probably going to be okay. This is part of life. I mean, just to say we lied for 3 months because we didn't want the kids to find out, that's bullshit. But, you know, I hope she recovers.
Tony says she has no obligation to be forthcoming. I disagree. I disagree. She is Charles, yes, William, yes. But, hey, sorry, she's a part of the crew. She's going to be queen one day. So, no.
Well, but see, Tony, here's the difference. Here is the difference, and I keep the same energy with everybody. If you don't want to share information about your life, that's perfectly fine. But here are the two caveats to that. It's going to seem strange when you out here, we see a gazillion photos of you every single day, and then all of a sudden, you decide you don't want to participate in that circus anymore. Okay, that's your right. But the thing that bothers me is when people dip out or when their behavior changes and then they start lying to people about it. Had she not posted that photoshopped photo, she could have stayed out of the public. She could have stayed out of the public eye and continued until Easter came back.
No, she couldn't have, Antoine. She shows up at stuff. They all, like, that was the whole thing about Harry and Meghan, right? Like, they were like, they show up at events. That is a part of their job. They show up together at shit. So her disappearing, people still would have been like, yo, where the fuck is Kate? What's going on?
Oh, no, that's not the part I mean. Of course, we were still, the judgment wouldn't have been there. And what I mean by that is, if you don't lie to us, if you just say, hey, I went in for a procedure and I'm not coming back till Easter, it's all right to speculate, but you didn't lie to us. You didn't lie. Now it feels like you lied to us. And that's what feels weird about it. You tried to cover up the fact that you had cancer, and nobody else does that.
I'm not putting it on her. I'm putting it on the palace. I'm actually not putting it on Kate. Yeah. I don't want to put it on Kate. I'm putting it on the palace. And that's the other thing too. This treating Meghan and Harry a certain way, and then you want to treat Kate a certain, like y'all yelling us about privacy and shit. That's exactly what the fuck Meghan asked for, and they weren't trying to hide a goddamn thing. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, it's just, and then also they keep trying to bring Meghan and fucking Harry into this mess. They sent the we so sorry to hear this news, thoughts and prayers. Except they said the thing that they needed to say, and everybody kept it pushing. But no, they're like, Harry did Meghan, was it a good time to drop announcement about your new fucking business? Bitch, what? Like, all that shit gets decided months ago. Like, stop it. Yeah. Leave them alone. Why y'all, it's a mess.
And here's the other weird thing, and I think Danielle is touching upon it here. Danielle said, week 1, they should have had her show her face in a quick 5-second video, and Willie should have said, we're dealing with serious medical issue, please respect our privacy. That is the thing that's weird to me as well, because when she finally dropped this video, and I'm looking at her, I'm like, you look pretty well adjusted. You could have released a video before, because in my head, I'm thinking to myself, okay, if you have cancer and you're going through chemo or you're having radiation therapy, you know, especially for a woman, if your hair falls out, you're having physical, all these different things. But when I saw her in the video, I'm like, yeah, you look, I don't know how you feel inside, but the fact that you were able to sit there and do this video, I'm like, yeah, you could have did this a month ago and just, you know, bodied all this. It just was weird.
She looked weathered. I'm gonna say that. Like, I saw a difference in her appearance. And then also, I'm sorry, just the video allegedly of them at the farmer's market. I'm like, that still didn't look like the lady that was on the bench. Like, I'm like, y'all caused this fucking problem. The palace and y'all bullshit PR caused this problem. So anyway, it was a mess. So my whole thing is, again, we wish her well. Sad that was the news, but the palaces, y'all communications, y'all need to step into the modern world. I'm sorry. This was a hot ass mess. Y'all handled this completely terribly.
Tony said, fuck you niggas. It wasn't none of y'all goddamn business.
You know what? Because honestly, though, I'll give you this, Tony. Because I agree. They did say, look, she's not gonna show up again until Easter. But it was when they released that, and it was starting to get a little bit jokey, like, okay, what's going on? What's happening? Because, it was certain things that were happening, like, okay, she really not showing up again? But when they dropped that picture on Mother's Day, that's when everything went straight up like super crazy. That's when everything took on a whole nother level. And that's on y'all. Y'all did that.
Because it just, none of it made sense. Because it just didn't make any sense. And I agree, Tony. Here's the thing. Nobody is obligated to disclose what medical situation they are in. Now, I that's true. She didn't have to tell us that she has cancer. But she could have said something else. I don't know. It just was mishandled. That's where I'll leave it at. It could have been handled.
Yeah, also, like you said, a lot of people have had cancer. This is not like you got some like disease from 1745 that's rare and crazy and nobody's ever heard of before. Like, girl, sorry, welcome to 2024. Like, again, this is a communication thing. Y'all, they fucked this up. That was on them.
Hey, y'all. Hey. For some of the OGs, are y'all hearing that fucking moan cricket? Did y'all hear it?
I don't hear it. Do you hear it? It's on my end.
Yeah, I believe. Well, you know what, Crescent? Let me stop, because I'm good for blaming you for some shit that could be happening on my end, but
I don't hear it.
I think it might have something to do with your earpiece. That's my only guess. But no, there's nothing you can do about it. I think it has something to do with when your earpiece maybe gets close to the microphone, it does something. I hear it. It'll probably be in the video when it uploads afterwards. Oh, everybody says yes. Yes, they all hear it.
What if I take it out?
No, you can't. Don't. No, it just it's not. Well, it's random. It's not like it comes on. It's just it's like a high pitched little. What y'all know what the fuck the moon cricket sounds like? It was nostalgic for me. It was nostalgic.
Funny, but I want to say this: we didn't hear it before when I was in South Bend, right? It's just tonight.
Just tonight. This is the first time the cricket has popped his head back up in years. Tony said there is a random cricket.
Fucking cricket. Anyway,
Caleb said it's audible.
I saw that. See Dion. Yes. Okay. Okay. So where are we? Okay. Trump is selling Bibles for $59.99 as he faces mounting legal bills. There's other shit going on. He took the company. He took Truth Social public, and Truth Social been losing money since it started. But yet, somebody decided to put a whole bunch of money in it. Whatever the fuck. We might talk more about him on Friday. I don't know. I didn't care. Oh, did you get a chance to have a video up?
Oh, yeah. Give me a second here. I forgot I had, some stuff. Let's see.
Y'all have to give us a second coming back after two shows not doing. Antoine was out of town. I'm not out of town. It's just, we here. So.
Okay. I'm going to play it right now.
What can we do? Stand up, speak out, and pray that God will bless America again. I'm proud to endorse and encourage you to get this Bible. We must make America pray again. Pray, get educated, get motivated, and stand with me and the legions of Americans asking God to bless our great nation, to bring our great nation back, and to make America great again. I'm proud to partner with Lee in this offering. He's a very special man, both as a talent, but maybe even more so as a human being. He's very, very special. What can we do? Stand up, speak out, and pray that God will bless America again.
Oh, is it started all over again?
It started over. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I made y'all almost have to watch it again. I'm sorry.
So the Lincoln Project said this. Let this sink in. Trump is selling Bibles for $60 during Holy Week. And the money may go toward covering his legal fees for paying off a porn star he slept with while married to his pregnant wife. Christians, do you want this false prophet governing your name?
It's comical, and it's
insane.
Because
it's insane.
What I want, if everybody wasn't aware, y'all smart, y'all probably knew this already, but he is not selling the Bibles. He licensed his likeness to the company that is selling the Bible. So that we don't know. Did you know that?
Yeah, no, I'm laughing at the comments.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just weird. No,
but that's what he always does. He licenses shit. That's his MO.
Yeah, it's so odd. And the thing is, he just does not. There is nothing Christian-like about this man. And that's the oddest thing. It's like, it would be no different from, I don't know, I'm trying to think of who else. It would be like Stormy Daniels selling Bibles. It really is no different. Not to say she's an evil person, but, she's a porn star. People usually don't associate porn stars with, people who sell Bibles. So, just the same man grabbing pussies, Proud Boys, good people on both sides. We'll bring out the water hoses on you niggers. Like it's the same
migrants, animals.
Yeah, vermin poisoning the blood. I mean, none of that is Christian. Like, come on. Like, this is farcical.
They had to put another gag on her, his punk ass, because the judge's daughter is out here getting fucking threatened. That's him. He leading charge on all that shit, talking crazy about prosecutors, judges, the justice system. Thank you. Yeah. So Jason said, is he holding the book right side up this time?
Well, remember what he was doing when he was holding it up that last time. He was fucking niggas up. He had, he was threatening.
He was trying to have the military to go handle these protesters.
I felt very safe. I felt very safe.
Right. Chavez said, from steaks to sneakers and now Bibles, what a person will do when they have no shame, none whatsoever. Yeah, he got 10 more days. So again, talk about the damn justice system. So I think appeals court, was it in New York? They were like, all right. So we're going to reduce the amount and we're going to give you 10 more days to bring it to us. What horrible. Karen said, every business Trump touches dies. The Bible has 1-star ratings. Non-delivery. Truth Social is a meme stock at best.
And they got nerve on the website. The video has a black family. Yeah.
What?
Look, and it's not. Look, it's not an interracial family. It's niggas with 4C hair sitting around the living room table with this fucking Bible. It's weird. It's just weird.
God.
And I guess they must all be abortion machine type Negroes. Because, and I'm talking about Herschel Walker. My nickname for him is the abortion machine.
Fair.
I just don't. Yeah. Oh man, I forgot he did have that bear.
I did too. I forgot about the bears. And then Tony's comment that you already showed, the book isn't bursting into flames, so it can't be a real Bible. I agree.
Remember the trading cards where somebody made him look thin and they drew him as a superhero?
Yes.
And they were NFTs. I think they had some NFTs. Oh my goodness.
Wait. Rich the actor said, he's like, I'm in Revelations.
It's my book. They're talking about me. They're talking about me in that book.
Yes, exactly, Bilal. The biggest grifter ever. And then
it's a very interesting book. Very interesting.
Ernest said it's like a Satanist selling Bibles. Facts. I was like, you know what, Tony? Exactly. I was actually about to say Stormy Daniels selling the Bible. I could actually mess with. It'd be like Mary Magdalene selling the Bible, is what Tony said. I mean,
yeah.
So
I'm putting up in for these niggas having a personal conversation, and I'm just posting.
They always do that. I like this chair. This is my sister-in-law's chair. This is comfortable. I like it. Okay, so last, and then wait, what did Jason say?
He said, although having a good book signed by the Antichrist might be pretty valuable.
It could be. I'm trying not to lean too close in on this damn speaker because I don't know when the moon cricket shows up. Okay, last in good news, so we don't end with that crazy asshole. Beyonce dropped the track list for Cowboy Carter, which by the time we see y'all on Friday, it will be out. Cannot wait. So it's like 20 something tracks on that bitch. I was like, what is happening? And the way she presented it.
Sorry, 24. 24.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I thought it was 24. And so on Friday we'll show how she the imagery for it, which I loved. For the track list.
No, I got the track list. Then, we go post it tonight.
You got the image?
Yeah, I just want to put the lower third up first. You know, we gotta have a little foreplay before we, drop the real shit on them. We tonguing you down first.
He said that, not me. There it is. So, and I love how I'm like, I don't know what song is or what number. I don't care. I like Beyonce played too much though. This is awesome. And Cowboy Carter, March 29th, and the Rodeo Chitlin Circuit. Then at the bottom, which I can't really see, but she spelled country with a KNTRY, Radio Texas. Jolene did make it in. I think she might have done a track. So Linda Martell, which I did not know, was I think the first Black woman to play at the Grand Ole Opry.
You did know that because I said it on the show.
Yeah, I remember her name, but I didn't know why. So
yeah, she did. Her first country single was a remake of "Call Her Him Father." I wish I knew the episode. Well, I'm sure if you go back and you look at our images, I'm sure the one where I talk about Linda Martell is probably the one where Beyonce, because we got at least 2 or 3 episodes of Beyonce in the thumbnail.
We gonna start putting chapters in. I promise it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Between the both of us. We gonna get it together.
Yeah.
Then also there's she might have a track with Willie Nelson. Is it smoke something Willie Nelson is in there. It's too
Yeah, I think people you when it comes to Beyonce, you can't make too many assumptions. So people are assuming that based on this, they know who the features are. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think it's possible.
No, and that's what I said. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's possible that this is mostly just how do I put it? This does not necessarily explain who is featured on each song.
Oh, yeah, no, I get that. I mean, this one though, because like Smoke Hour, then it says Willie Nelson, but Dolly P is just by herself. So,
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. People are making this. I think this album is full of features. I think probably the Dixie Chicks are on it. Well, let me say the Chicks. I think the Chicks are probably on this album. We already know she's reached out to a lot of musicians that are keeping, the spirit of the true history of country music alive. And she didn't just work with Black country artists. Remember, even on Texas Hold'em, isn't the woman who wrote it, isn't it a white country artist, a white female country artist?
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, and don't hold me. I'm not 100% positive of that. So, yeah, this is gonna be real interesting. But I'm predicting when this comes out, that Jolene song is gonna be number 1 just from streaming, because I think that's gonna be the one everybody streams.
I want that. I would love that.
That's the one most people are interested in hearing at least first. But yeah, look, I'm from Chicago. I'm a house music head. I was there during its inception. But because this is so off the beaten path, this is the most excited I've ever been for a Beyonce album, because I have no idea what I'm going to hear. Absolutely no idea. So yeah, I'm excited. At
Beyonce Garden, I love Twitter, even with Elon punk ass. Beyonce's revealed the Cowboy Carter track list. Get up. What track are y'all claiming? So it was a bunch of people responding to that. So I'm claiming Sweet Honey Buckin', just cause. Just because I can't wait to hear what the fuck we talk about on that track. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm here for it.
And I mean, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Beyonce is in the lower left with a goddamn accordion. Y'all better get ready. She is channeling Selena. She is doing all the things, because if you understand a lot of the roots of country music, it's kind of like an amalgam, because a lot of you can't discount some of the Mexican influences from country music as well regionally. So when you think of Tejano music and the accordions and the horns and stuff, there are elements of that in it as well. So yeah, it's I have no idea, but let me see which one would be mine. Mine would probably be Smoke Hour too. That'd probably be mine. Smoke Hour.
I'm intrigued. So Bilal said if she makes a video and her husband rides a horse, I'm moving to Colombia. Okay. Rich the actor said, I wonder if K. Michelle gonna be on there yodeling.
I would be so happy if K. Michelle makes an appearance. That would be awesome.
I would too. So a couple things. One, she seems like she's having so much fun with this, which I love. Mm-hmm. Also, and I don't want to get this wrong, but the horse that she's sitting on for the album cover, I forgot the name of it, but it's a special kind of horse that's born black and turns white. And so people are making that analogy of terms of like country music, born black, turned white.
It's a swan horse is what you say. It's a swan horse is what it is.
It's I don't know what the real name of it is, but sure, let's call it that. But again, there's layers. So going back to that child, Azalea Banks commentary, girl, bye. Just bye. Beyonce's living her best life. She's having a lot of fun. There's a lot of layers to what she put together. It is her roots. Why you being mad about it? I don't care. It seems crazy. Let it go. Pick another battle. Just leave this one alone. Right, Danielle, exactly. I want to come back to Rich Actress comment because I'm like, what are you talking about? Danielle said she also noted that she recorded or at least started this before part 1, which I heard that she did
5 years.
Most of the songs, it sound like.
Yeah, she started this 5 years ago. She started 5 years ago. So, I want to ask y'all something real quick. If you get a chance, if you squint, and maybe I could bring it up. Let me see here. Hold up. I'm going to try and do it. Let's try and do this on the fly. Bow fashions. Okay, let me scroll down. Oh, yeah, it looked like it might work. So I'll just resize it here. So when you look at her album cover, let me see. There it is. When you squint at this, that looks like a number 7. I don't think that's a coincidence. Her leg there in the white, it looks like a number 7. Do y'all see that?
Oh, okay. I mean, I see it now.
If you squint at it, it's a number 7. So I went back and I looked. I was like, well, what number in terms of albums is this one? And it's not number 7. It's I think this would be officially her 9th album. But I don't think that's insignificant. I think that was done on purpose. Maybe we'll find out at some point. It's strong though. It's strong.
The horse thing is.
Yeah.
So when Rich Jackson said they were concerned when I was at the Grand Ole Opry last week, who was concerned about what? That you were there? That beyond what? Who was concerned about what, girl? We need to roll up on somebody.
And I agree, Caleb. This is definitely. I never got a chance to say this. This is why I didn't like what Jay-Z said about her during his speech. Mm-hmm. Beyonce is iconic enough. She don't need no fucking cheerleaders. And I felt, because the Grammys love it when somebody goes off the beaten path and does something experimental. And for a black artist, I don't, this is way more experimental in my eyes than the Renaissance album.
Fuck the Grammys, and I'm still not mad about what Jay-Z said. Fuck the Grammys.
No, what I'm saying is that for me, it puts a little stank on this because she's definitely getting Album of the Year for this. And to me, I would rather her have gotten Album of the Year without having that attached to it the previous year. That's all I'm saying.
Whatever. Lemonade should have got Album of the Year. And Dale thought so too.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course it should have.
Renaissance should have got it.
All of them. All of them.
I ain't gonna say all of them, but you know. Danielle said, I wonder if Blackbird's remake of the Beatles song. That'd be interesting. Jason said, I ain't too mad at Azalea being mad. She's just occupying her space, the troll booth under the troll bridge. Whatever. She can find somebody else to troll. Leave Beyonce alone. Okay, so on Friday we also gonna talk about. I'm tired, man.
That was a loud
Friday,
snap, girl. That was a gay snap.
it,
That was one of them.
I've been working on it. I'm just kidding. I'm just tired. Friday we will talk about, speaking of trolls, Candace Owens, and I guess hers are trying to come back to the Black community. Girl, bye. We don't want you, but we will get into it on Friday. Oh, Rich said the male persuasion was concerned about it. About the album?
No, about her
Danielle,
being at the Grand Ole Opry, because that's not a place that, black. I guess she's a black woman that was at the Grand Ole Opry. I guess she was getting side-eyed for being there. I don't imagine it's that many niggas to be there. So yeah,
that's what I mean. Like, what was you doing at the Grand Ole Opry? What was popping? That's what I mean. I need more details. What was going on? You was just hanging out.
Hey, if they ain't liked it before, they better get ready. They better get
Danielle's
ready.
Comment. I feel like alligator tails tears. I gotta wrap it up. Feel like alligator tears might eat. I think so too. No, Shabazz, I'm annoyed with the Grammys. So yeah, I'm upset. I'm upset.
And when it's all said and done, honestly, I stand by. I said this before. Well, Puffy probably ain't a good idea to include Puffy in it this time. But beyond, okay, this is how I put it. Remember when Tidal was announced, and it was confusing for us because it was like, yeah, now when you buy the music, it benefits all the artists, and we looking up there, we like, ain't all y'all millionaires? We don't need to give y'all any more money, but it was a conglomeration of, it was like Usher, Jay, it was all the heavyweights, and I don't even think all of them were black, but they were all like, it was heavyweights in terms of black artists and like white adjacent artists that fuck with us. I wish they would do the same thing with an award show that they did with Tidal. All of y'all come together, create another award show, and I think we would find value in that, because truth of the matter is, when I watch the Soul Train Awards, I can't tell you who decides who wins those awards. I don't know nothing about the ongoing of the Soul Train Awards. Is there a Soul Train Academy? I don't fucking know. Do they pull them out of a fucking hat? I have no idea. So if you have almost create your own academy where you take, maybe Pharrell is a member of the academy, 50 Cent is a member of the academy, Timbaland, whoever. I know some of these people are problematic, but people who are associated with the music. And then, you maybe have a fan section with a fans vote. That shit would go over really well. And because we have to stop worrying about how other people appreciate what we put out into the ether.
Honestly, Antoine, I agree with that. It's just, given where we are at this juncture. Okay, I'm sorry, 1 second. If you don't stop, Lori, cut it out. Sorry, lost my whole train of thought. Given where we are at this stage in like music, what people are putting out, I just don't appreciate the disrespect, okay? Lemonade should have got a whole bunch of hits.
I feel like I'm in an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm right now.
We gotta wrap up this episode, please. Oh my God!
Oh man, Charlie Pride passed away, didn't he? I don't think he's
Joe Lieberman. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think Charlie with us. Yeah, she's definitely gonna have more features on this album. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But she's definitely getting album of the year for this. Make no mistake about it. And if the third one is
honestly, Antoine, I hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah, but it also
I don't trust them.
There have been artists who've gotten it. Somebody has gotten it consecutively before. I don't know who it is, but if the third act is rock and roll,
Swift.
Yeah. If the third act is rock and roll, she's gonna get it again. So
I hope so. I so hope it is. That would be so exciting. Okay, Ori, for real.
Oh, imagine if she do. And remember I told y'all her and Janet had a little bit of, it was some discomfort. Let's just say it was some discomfort there. What if she do a remake of Black Cat by Janet Jackson on Act 3? That'll be fire. Oh.
Ew.
Ooh.
Sorry. The dog just sneezed on my feet. That would be amazing. Okay. All right.
Yeah, at any rate.
So we see y'all on Friday?
And we will be way less discombobulated. I'm in a really weird place this week. I'm all over the place.
Nigga, you.
Yeah. Look, Crescent is having to resort to self-affirmation. She got a fucking pillow in the background that says relax.
I'm at my brother's house. This day room. My sister-in-law's office.
Just in case you forget, girl, relax.
I thought you was talking about my t-shirt, which says wake up. And then
that's more affirmations. Clearly they're needed. Shit.
Oh, Lord help us. Thank you for watching. Please tell a friend. Please subscribe. Tell a friend to subscribe. Like us. Like this video.
Let me see. Oh, it's 7 people. It's 7 people in here and we only got 5 likes. I'm gonna start counting. It was 14 at one point. I'm gonna start counting. I'm gonna be like, how we got 14 people?
20-something.
Yeah, well now it's at 10 again. I'm gonna be like, how's it 14 people in here and we ain't got 14 likes?
I don't like reading that out loud.
Reading what out loud?
The number that is on that we know are watching right now.
Oh no, I was just saying that tonight because I see it's half the number of likes is the. Oh, see it works. We got a 6 like at the end of the show. Somebody remember.
How hard is it to like the show when I tell y'all I like the show? Please don't make me yell at y'all, okay?
Oh, look, we up to 8. Look, this is why they be bugging the fuck out of y'all when you watch YouTube videos. Yeah, have you subscribed, like and share and all the other shit? And I'll be like, I'm tired. Wait, there's somebody.
Y'all think I just be saying that for my health? I'm talking to you motherfuckers.
Oh, wait.
I love y'all.
Wait a minute, wait. Now it's up to 12. It's only 10. Why? It's only 10 here, but we got 12.
That's why I don't think that number be a little weird. But at one point we had a pretty high number watching tonight. So y'all need to be liking it.
The number is correct. It just means a bunch of the people that were in before who left, they had already liked it. So we just more than doubled our likes just because I fucked with y'all. Love it. Okay. Now we have 14.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay, so y'all need Antoine to say like it because I'd say it during every fucking episode, but that's cool. You need Antoine to say it. That's fine. Okay, it's fine. You're watching anyway, so just like it.
So I'm gonna be before we go. Let me see. It's March, so I'm just keeping it real here. So y'all, and this is for Crescent too. Y'all hang in there, but
what is happening?
No, nothing crazy is happening. I'm just telling them, just hang in there because I just want y'all to know that what y'all have been looking at, this is just a basic like placeholder that we're using, but we're probably gonna have, we reboot the show with all the new graphics and everything. It's probably gonna be the first show in May. I wanted it to be this month, but I'm going to Chicago in 2 weeks. And I'm just coming back from Phoenix and I ain't been out of town a long time. So I got a lot of readjusting to do. So I wish I could do it sooner, but it's going to come together.
There you go. I have nothing. There's steam coming on my. I have nothing. I'm done. Love you guys. Thank you for watching.
Toodles to you niggas.